feel? Dirty South, dirty, dirty. Can y'all really feel? I got the East Coast feel, West Coast feel. Dirty South, dirty, dirty. Can y'all really feel me? Feel it. East Coast feel. Say what? Hey beauties, and welcome back. It's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to the channel. Today, you guys, I am shopping my stash with some of the products in my August makeup bag, and I'm going to show you how I got this flawless base, this face makeup, particularly because I've really been wanting to get more into the base tutorials and show you guys how I've been enjoying doing my makeup lately, which is using foundation last, as you'll see in the video. So if you want to see how I got this nice, soft, subtle beat, I hope that you will keep watching. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Lydia Marie. Welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and hi to those of you who keep coming back time after time. You know I appreciate each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and get into this beat. Oh, and this will be a voiceover video because I don't know what's happening outside, but it has to be like some construction or something. They're building something across the street. So it's been loud off and on all day. So I'm just going to do a voiceover with this tutorial. So grab your tools, your brushes, and follow along. Starting off with skin prep, I'm using the Peach and Lily Lazy Day Moisture Pads along with the Merit Beauty Skin Serum. And for my primer, I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip. I found that I really like applying my primer now with a brush, especially these type of gripping primers, because it just gives it a lot more coverage on my face and I can really target the specific areas that I like. I'm filling in my brows with my Maybelline Brow Express Pencil. It's the same one I pretty much use all the time. And you guys know I have naturally thin brows, as you can see from my left brow. So I just like to take it and trace the natural hairs on my brow just to give me some shape. Next up, I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched under my eyes just to dab for some extra moisture before my concealer. Today we're doing our blush first. So we're doing the underpainting technique, and I'm using the shade Joy from Rare Beauty. And you know, with the underpainting, you put your blush and then your concealer on. I've really been enjoying this blush before concealer technique to give me a nice lifted look. I mean, it just comes together so nicely. So I'm just blending this out on both cheeks, and it looks a little heavy, but that's okay. It's going to blend in so nicely once I apply the concealer. And I'm also doing it in a draping motion up towards my temple. I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade 4W. I've been loving this concealer since I got it. It is so good. It's good in full coverage, but still creamy. I'm putting that in the in the inner corner, of my eye. And in my outer corner, I'm using my Tower 28 concealer in the shade 11, and that's going to give me the brightness that I'm looking for. And I'm also going to highlight with that down my nose and over my eyebrows. And you know, you got to let that concealer dry down for at least 30 seconds, so get your fan. I start blending my concealer out with a fluffier brush. This is one of the Real Techniques concealer brush. And as you can see, I'm simply just tapping it into place. I know it looks like a lot, but y'all know how I do. It's all going to come together. And then as you blend it out, you want to start blending it in towards your blush, so your blush and your concealer can melt together. And keep blending that concealer until it is seamless. And I took a little smaller brush there, a little eyebrow brush, to kind of blend that into my inner corner. And again, I'm blending this concealer and melting it in with my blush, so you can see it's all starting to come together. For contour, I'm using a stick from Thread Beauty. This is their complexion stick. I love these because they're so affordable, only $8. They're very creamy. They work just as well as a high-end product, in my opinion. I think they're comparable to the Too Faced bronzing sticks, but those are $35 and these are only $8. So we're using this to contour today. I'm using my About Face Skin the Performer foundation. You guys know this was in my August makeup bag, the foundation that I had pulled out to use this month, and I love it. This is the warmer shade that I have. I think it's MDW1, but of course everything is linked down below. Y'all know I always get the shade wrong when I'm applying it, but watch how beautifully this blends out with this Morphe buffing brush. I'll also have that one linked down below because it's back in stock. This foundation, I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't love it. It is so skin-like, so beautiful. It really performs like it costs $50, but you guys know it's only $22, and we love that.
I'm buffing this in because I don't want to have any lines of demarcation, and I only use a few swipes. You guys know it has that doe foot applicator that you can apply, so it's no pump, but I really love how this looks. I mean, look at the blend, and do you see how the blush and the contour and everything just came together? This is what I mean when I say a flawless base. This is the look that you want. I'm using the LYS setting spray just to give me a little bit of moisture. And of course, I'm going to break out my fan and let that dry down for a good 30 to 60 seconds. And now we're moving on to the powder products. I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium Deep. This is what I'm going to use to set my face around the perimeter of the areas and just give me a nice airbrush look. I love this powder to this day. It is a classic. I'll never ever stop using this. For my powder contour, I'm going to use the shade Hazelnut from the Micro Smooth Powder, and this is from the Sephora collection. This has been my summer bronzer slash contour powder. I'm so glad I got a darker shade when these were on sale because that is just fantastic. I want to get you guys a little bit further back so you can see how I'm blending that into my forehead. It's so pretty. And for blush, I'm using the NYX Butter Together shade. This is NYX Butter Blushes in the shade Butter Together. That is a mouthful, but I like this pink blush because it does have a little bit of highlighting properties, so it gives you a nice highlight without the heavy shimmer. It's such a pretty pink color. Using my Pat McGrath bronze eyeshadow palette, I'm just going to use this neutral brown shade and pop that into my crease. I'm using a Morphe blending brush, and you can see that I'm not placing it right in my crease, but just a little bit above, kind of in a contour fashion, and I'm bringing it back in a wing sort of style towards my eyebrow. My eyelid is a little bit larger, so I like to really play it up and give myself a nice wing. I've really been loving these NYX eyeliner pencils, the new neutral ones. I featured them in my last video in my Ulta haul. This is the shade Little Toasty, and it is just the right pop of color, just the right brightness to give me a nice little line on my upper lash line. Remember, you don't want to use liquid eyeliners on the bottom lash because you don't want them to get in your eye. I'm doing my left eye with the technique that I showed you guys the last time and kind of crossing my arm over my body to kind of get that nice wing, or that nice precision, I should say, on my other eye. I'm using for eyeliner, I'm going to go back into the Nude Mood palette from ColourPop, and I'm just going to pop a brown just a little bit under my bottom waterline for a little bit of smokiness, not too much, but just a little bit. As a little tip, when you're applying anything to your bottom lash line, try to blend it in an upward motion to connect with the top lash line, and that'll give you a nice lifted look. For my lipstick, I'm using the shade Molasses. This is a lip pencil from the Sephora collection. It's one of their gel lip pencils. These are very, very affordable. When the Sephora sale comes around in a couple months, make sure you stock up on these. You will not regret it. This shade Molasses is a classic brown shade. And for my lipstick, I'm using the shade Faux from MAC. I've been wearing this in the last few videos because this lipstick is so good. I totally forgot how pretty of a pink this lipstick is, but it's adorable and I can't get enough of it, especially with a nice brown lip liner. I'm using a Maybelline gloss. I think it's a lifter gloss in the shade Ice, just for a little bit of pink on top of that lip gloss. You guys know I can't do a lip look without some gloss. I just can't. And I almost forgot mascara, but I'm using the e.l.f. Extender Lash Mascara. I'm gonna spray my face down one more time with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. And that's pretty much it. That is my base routine and how I've really been loving doing my makeup lately. So beauties, this is the final look. I'm really loving this contour, bronzer. I just like the whole thing. I think it came out really well. Thank you for sticking with me through the voiceovers. You all seem to like those, and I think it's a little bit more laid back when I do a voiceover because I can really narrate and show you what I'm doing. But I like this look. I have been really loving these NYX eyeliner pencils, these neutral shades. This is the shade Little Toasty that I use to align my eyelid with. They're liquid eyeliners, but they're not harsh. They don't pull. They don't get stuck in the folds in my eye. I have really been enjoying this one. This is the shade Little Toasty. Of course, everything is going to be linked down below as usual. And again, thank you so much for always supporting and clicking my links. If you made it this far in the video and you're new here, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thank you guys for tuning in to this beautiful look, and I'll see you back here for my next video real soon. Bye.